You are watching Leicester Till I Die TV.
Watch us on YouTube.
Listen on your favourite podcast platform.
Or ask your smart speaker
To play the podcast Leicester Till I Die.
Indeed. Welcome along, LTiD TV, now a championship channel. How are we all doing? Look, what do they say about falling off a bike? You should never have gone to her house in the first place. No, what they say about falling off a bike is that you should get back on it straight away. We have come down, but we are still here, and we are still going to be here next season. Oh no, I hear you say. Oh yes, I reply. Because we are Leicester Till I Die, we keep the faith, and Foxes never quit. This is LTiD TV from Leicester Till I Die, live Facebook, Twitter, and YouTube as normal. Thank you for joining us and watching. Please do join in with the chat, but do keep it respectful. And for those of you that are listening on the podcast on YouTube, which is apparently now the biggest podcast platform in the world, not my figures, thank you for lending me your ears. I will let you have them back in about half an hour or so. And of course, if you are listening on smart speaker, just ask it to play the podcast Leicester Till I Die. And of course, we're all over the socials, as you can see there. Either LTiD TV, which is our main name, or we're also Leicester Till I Die, and a few older ones that I cannot change. Type one or the other in, and you should be able to find us. Give us a follow, subscribe, like, smart, whatever. But certainly on this channel, please do subscribe. It does help. We're going to be really, really busy next season. So please do subscribe. And if you want to become a member, wow, we all like members, don't we? Just $1.99 a month of your good English pounds. As indeed this man has done, John Thornton. Thank you so much, John. Thank you for becoming a member. $1.99. Click the link below and you will be able to see what you get. It's in the YouTube bit. It's not on Facebook or Twitter, but if you're on YouTube, click the link below. $1.99 a month. And next season, we will be doing some member-only shows. Mike is in. Evening, mate. Just got back from the League Two playoff. Congratulations to Chris Walsh. I saw him earlier and his Carlisle side. I see somebody winning. Nate says, good evening, mate. Nate, my mate. Luke's back. Good evening, mate. How are you as well? Kate, good evening. I hope you are all going to still pop in and see us now that we are in the lower tiers. You know, we've dined at the top table for 9 seasons, but now, you know, we're back out having a takeaway next to the dustbins. So, what a day indeed. And Leicester for Life is in as well. Look, I'm not going to be talking football because we're going to be doing that tomorrow night. But basically, I've been playing about with it for some time, and I've decided it was time to sort of relaunch the channel. There is so much going on. We're going to be really, really busy next season because, of course, we have got extra games now that we are down there. We're going to have midweek games as well. So there's a lot going on. No, Kate, you are a lady. You are a lady. So thank you so much. Yeah, I hope to still see you all. Steve Smart's in. Hello. Evening again, mate. have had some time to reflect on what just happened. Yeah, we will be reflecting on it. Like I say, we will be talking about it tomorrow night. This is all about relaunching the channel. And Told You is in. He was also a member, so thank you very much, Told You, one of our new members as well. Really do appreciate it. Now, what is going to be happening? Well, let me tell you this. You've seen one or two. What we've been basically doing is we've been sneaking one or two little things in over the last month, getting ready, because I think we always knew deep down that we were going to be going down, and it seemed like as good a time as any to relaunch it. So, as I've just said, you'll find us under different titles. Unfortunately, I've tried to relaunch all our social medias as LTiD TV. Some I can, some I can't. YouTube, yes it is. Twitter, yes it is. Facebook and Instagram, yes it is. TikTok, it's not. The website is still LeicesterTillIDie.com, and the podcasts are still Leicester Till I Die. But like I say, generally speaking, if you type in LTiD TV or Leicester Till I Die, or the whole thing, you should be able to find us on all the main podcast platforms. We're not going to be going anywhere. We're part of the Talk Sport network. Hopefully, well, I do know that they will be keeping us next season. So thank you to Talk Sport. Looking forward to carrying on with that for the podcasts as well. They do back us on all the main platforms: Spotify, Apple iTunes, Podcast Addict, Google, and many, 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 many more. So basically, that is how you can find us. What we're also looking at doing is we've redone all the social media thumbnails, which you will have seen. This is one of the first things we did. We've tried to make it a bit clearer on YouTube so that when you go onto YouTube, you're not sort of staring at the screen. What does that say? We're trying to make it nearly nice, bright and clean. As you can see there, we've got the LTiD logo. It's always going to be in the top right-hand corner. Whatever is going on, as you can see there, match preview for Leicester West Ham. This was for that show. And then the artwork, just to highlight it more, what it was. So there, yeah, that you've seen, that we're doing. And if you go onto the YouTube channel, you'll see that we've now got less playlists. So put all the Leicester ones together rather than having a separate one for a preview. You're not going to go back and watch a preview from about 5 games ago, let's be honest with you. So it's all confused. So basically, when you go onto YouTube, and let me just see if I can bring this up for you, and I don't see a reason why I can't. But it does the homepage, like I say, has a new look as well. So let me just try and share my screen with you. Oh, I feel like a teacher. Behave at the back. So it's yes, maybe not. So this is LTiD, as you can see there, with the logo, and as you can see there, LTiD TV, Leicester Till I Die. The top one there, well, that's not normally there. That's there because we're live at the moment with this. So this is why. And then you'll always see the upcoming shows. So this is all the shows that we've got planned for the next maybe 2 or 3, or maybe the next week, depending how much time I've got to do it. That is going to be changing because the program tomorrow is going to be changing. And then you've got the pick, which is basically our latest, the pick of our latest shows. So you can see there, you've got myself on Talk Sport from earlier on this morning, and what I was saying on with Max and Barry on the warm-up show on over there on Talk Sport. The preview, like you've just seen. There's a shorts one there. There's Let's Talk Leicester. That's the last debate show is up there. And you can see the conversation with Stan Collymore. There's usually just 5 or 6 up there of our most recent ones. Then you've got a list now. It will only ever show 8 members. Don't know why. As you can see, Told You is up there as well. David Smith, Dugout, 1 or 2 others there. But as you can see, for some reason, it only ever shows 8. But you will be able to be seen there if you are a member. Then you've got the LCFC zone. That's all the LCFC shows listed, well, shown there from the left in the starting with the most recent. You've then got the sports zone, which is everything sports that isn't particularly concentrated on Leicester. We'll just move that there. There we go. So basically, as you can see there, we've got the prediction shows are in there. Formula One shows, which will be back. Obviously, now we've stopped the Sunday game. They will be back next week, hopefully, with that. We're obviously thinking of the people from Italy that didn't go ahead, that Grand Prix. I obviously didn't do Monaco's today because of the football. But as you can see, going back there, you can see the old things, but we've tried to make everything blue to bring it all in. So you can see anything that's sort of just general football that's not particularly Leicester. The opinion zone, I will certainly be doing one of those tomorrow. Life's a pitch. Basically, it's where I get a chance to rant and rave and go on. So that will be on, that's LTiD 3. 4 is the interview zone. So that's obviously where people have interviews. So you've got Jim Melrose, Bob the Cat, Bevan, the MBE, great comedian. Paul Ross, Talk Sport TV presenter, Stan Collymore, and Keith Hackett, the former FIFA president, who did have an awful lot to say about VAR. I was quite surprised. International football, women's football's coming up, the Women's World Cup. So look forward to covering that. So that's the international zone. Entertainment zone, to be honest with you, it is generally just a bit of fun. So it's the quizzes there, and we're going to come on to quizzes later. The little clips that we do, etc., that are all there. Then you've got me on TV and radio. If you can't get enough of me, you can catch up on anything you missed there. And of course, we did do the Eurovision, so there will be more Eurovision coming along. But yeah, don't get too excited about that unless you particularly like Eurovision. And then you've got all the shorts at the bottom there that we upclip. So the last one there was Dave talking to Wiggle Piggle because I lost my connection. So that basically is how the channel is going to look. So as you can see, it's got all the new thumbnails on there. And we're going for the blue look. We are going for the blue look. And as you can see, it speaks for itself. The next thing we've re-updated is the look of the channel. So let me just show you here. You can see from below there we have the banners. You've got one there, for example, that says please like the video and subscribe to the channel. And if you are new, please do that. Our social medias, our members. So you can see the look there. The logo we would be now doing is this one, which is going to be up in the top right hand corner. So that's how the channel is going to look moving forward. With you've got myself, you can see the thumbnails. Whether there's one or two in, you've seen how it works from when we've had Brad in earlier. Again, that's been introduced to trial it, see what it looked like. It seemed to come out very, very nice. That's going to be the look of the channel. You can just see a picture of it there. Now, match days, we've extended the match day because we used to do a separate show about now, usually post-match for our reaction. But to be honest with you, what we found works better is we're going to start earlier and we are going to finish later, if that makes sense. Again, we've started to introduce this over the last few weeks and it has gone very, very well. So as you can see there, we're going to have an earlier start. So a 3 o'clock kickoff, which would be great to have that back. And no VAR! Yes! If the bloody EFL introduced VAR this summer, I'll go mad. But no VAR. But so the watch-alongs, we're going to be starting, for example, 3 o'clock kickoff. We're going to be starting at 1:30. So we're going to have a bit of a preview, but hopefully get an opposition fan on maybe for that first half hour. 2 o'clock, it's going to be the team release and the team news, and we'll bring you that live. As you can see there, team announcements. So we'll have the earlier start, opposition perspective, the team announcement live. Then we'll have the pre-match analysis, and hopefully we're going to get some live links from the ground. We've got some. We're going on to the presenters later, but we're going to have hopefully live links with people at the ground. Halftime analysis, post-match instant reaction, and then obviously the match review at the end. Pretty much like we have been doing, I said, the last few weeks, and it seems to work. And people seem to prefer the fact that we stayed on straight after the match rather than going away and then doing things, later. Because you want to eat. I mean, we want to go to the toilet ourselves, and you want to see your family. So yeah, that's basically why. So it's going to be a longer show, but we're going to be starting for 3 o'clock kickoffs on a Saturday, which hopefully we're going to get more of now. We will therefore be starting at sort of 1:30 and probably going through till about 7. So it's going to be quite a show, quite a show. Now then, what's going to be happening with the presenters? Because we have got some new presenters, everybody. It just gets better and better. We are the channel that just carries on giving. So we've got some of the presenters. These are the ugly ones that have been here a while. Myself, obviously, I own the channel. I run the channel. Brad, very, very good number 2 with me. Really does help me out. Dave, aka Harry, he well, he's not an ex. He is still a DJ on Surrey Hills Radio on the internet and your smart speaker. Surrey Hills Radio, it covers Leatherhead, but there's a great new breakfast DJ starting soon. Yes, 'tis I. So if you want to wake up with a bit of a fun and a laugh, or you say a laugh, my jokes. Surrey Hills Radio, and of course, who can forget the wise old howl himself, Craig? He'll be perched there still on a Thursday, bringing us the preview. One of these people you've seen, one of them you haven't, but you will do tomorrow night. And we welcome Josh. Welcome along back, Josh. Not a bit like myself. He's been through a really, really busy year or so. You know him probably as Tyson. He's been back with us for a few shows. He's going to be coming back more and more and doing more with us. He couldn't do it this weekend because he's up in Scotland with the missus and seeing his in-laws. So I do believe he has got the Josh kilt out. I just hope he keeps his legs crossed. But yeah, but it's nice to have Josh back. Nice to have Josh back. And of course, you don't know her, but you will do tomorrow night. Katie will be joining us. Lovely to have a female presenter on board. If you follow her on Twitter, she speaks common sense. So it's going to be nice to have somebody that actually speaks common sense on the channel. And she will also be bringing, obviously, of course, she'll be keeping us lot in control, I'm sure. We'll have to watch those old double entendres, won't we? But no, she's a great girl, and I'm really, really pleased that she's agreed to join us. There may be others. You can see there's a gap there, so there may just be others coming. But the Josh is great to have back, and Katie, warm welcome. I'm sure you will welcome her and share the love with her like you do the rest of us. And she'll be our first show at 9 o'clock tomorrow. No, at night. So be sure to tune in. How are we going to do the shows next season? Well, look, we're going to start Mondays at 8 o'clock. Will be the debate show, which it tends to actually be quite a bit of like a post-match reaction. Anyway, so we've had the weekend game, so we'll probably be talking everything Leicester. Let's talk Leicester. That's what it's called. I'll put it there as the debate show, so you know what it is. And we'll probably be looking back at the last 2 games. But it is the show. If you want questions, and we tend to sort of come up with our own questions because nobody's been adding them in the chat recently. But add those in the chat, and you will see. We'll ask those and we'll discuss them. That's 8 o'clock on Monday. On Tuesday, it's the watch along because we're going to have some midweek games. And you will notice there, and it is, unfortunately, I forgot to load the particular slide that I wanted, but the new time, which is 8 o'clock. We are going to get going from 8 o'clock. We used to start starting at 9. Some of the shows tended to roll on a little bit, and so it was like 11:30, and it's a bit late, especially on a school night. So, and we're thinking 7 o'clock, people are still, having the meal, coming in, seeing the kids. So we're going to be starting at 8 o'clock. And then if we do sort of run over to 10:30, it's not too bad. So that's, I say, Monday at 8 is Let's Talk Leicester, the debate show. The match day watch along will be on Tuesday because we'll have midweek games. And I'm presuming that it's going to be Tuesday because it always used to be when we were in the Championship before. If it does turn out to be Wednesdays, obviously move it down a day. Otherwise, Wednesday's my day off. Preview show with Craig, as always, on a Thursday at 8 o'clock. and the prediction show 8 o'clock on the Friday. And then you got prediction show on the Friday night at 8 o'clock. So the preview's 8 o'clock Thursday, prediction show is 8 o'clock Friday, and then the match day watch along at some point over the weekend, again, depending when the EFL have decided to show our games, which I think we might be having a few on telly next season. No disrespect to Leeds or Southampton. We're probably the bigger name of the three to go down, having sort of won it in the FA Cup recently. So we might be on TV a little bit. Now, obviously, there's going to be other shows like the Formula One watch-alongs. They'll all be fitted in as and when they happen, and we will still be covering other things as well. So that is how the shows are going to work out next season. New Look Prediction League. I'm not that quick. I had it ready. I had a feeling that we were going down. That said, look, you got Bournemouth and Forest there. two teams that haven't come down. But it's the first one I could find that looked like it was a Charlton, Derby, Leeds, Brighton, Norwich, Blackburn. Yeah. More games to predict. More games to play. And there's more ex-players joining as well. We may be losing one. I'm going to try and convince him to stay, but we have got some ex-players that are going to be joining us. Paul Reed, who's played for us, is joining us. Julian Watts, of course, you remember Julian, the Blue Rinse Totty. He has agreed to take part in the Prediction League as well. Richard Smith, who was a defender with us from Bash Skip Hire, he also actually is a host, match day host. And the two that I'm really, really pleased to get on board, Julian Joachim will be joining the Prediction League, and so will Pontus Kamark. If he can get Janino out of his pocket. But yeah, so Paul Reed, Julian Watts, Pontus Kamark, Richard Smith and Julian Joachim have all agreed to join the X-Foxes Prediction League. And I'll come to the result about that a bit later. So well done, and thank you to those. We're also, there's those that is going to run alongside the prediction show with Steve on the Friday. Now that is going to change because we're extending that out to people to join. So there are going to be some rules. It is free to join. Brad is coordinating it though. So you need to follow at Fulltime Focus on Twitter and accept his reply. You need to send your predictions in by 9 o'clock on Thursday, and that is for that weekend's games and then any midweek games the following week. So if there's midweek games and weekend games, you send them both in, send them one in. But the thing is, you must send them in. We do not chase them up. If you can't be bothered to send them in, we're not going to be chasing up. So we'll not have this week, not that. So it's up to you. If you don't, you lose your points. If you're going on holiday, let us know. Otherwise, if you miss 2 weeks, we just drop you out the league altogether. So do include all the games. Any predictions not in on time, as we say, will not be included, and you lose. Well, you don't get any points for the week, basically. And if you do it for a couple of weeks or more, we will just drop you. So to say, do let us know if you are going on holiday, and don't just send Brad the. He has got my permission that if you just send it as like 2-1, 1-1 because you've seen a list somewhere, that won't be counted. You need to send them in as not Manchester City 2, Leeds 1. Now, obviously, I kind of covered my basis there with two teams that might be up or down, or one of each, which it happened to be. So Bristol City 0, Leicester City 7. Or Bristol City 0, 7, Leicester City. Or even BCFC 0, LCFC 7. Just so Brad knows, because the form that you're looking at may not be the form that Brad is using. As in, I've seen it myself on prediction shows. Different sites put games in different orders. So if you do just put them down as 1-0, 2-1, 3-0, they'll be binned. They'll be binned. 3 points for correct score, 1 for the correct outcome. So pretty much like the Prediction League has been this season. You can join now, so feel free to follow. There will be a limit on how many we're having on. I don't think we're going to get they're going to be fighting over to join, but there will be a limited number. And once that has been reached, we'll tell you. So you do best to get in early. I say it's at Full-Time Focus on Twitter. Weekly updates will be live on the Friday night prediction show, so we'll be putting up a league table there. And closing dates to join. We've said there the 11th of June, but we'll see how we do. That is flexible. I did actually, when I first produced this, said, "Oh, does anybody want to pay to join in? And we can put a prize up." Nobody did, so it was only going to be for fun only. But I've got to say, thanks to the generosity of Mr. Steve Lynex, who is obviously co-host on the prediction show. He's got his brand out now, and do check it out. The site is being updated, so I'm not sure whether that has actually happened or not. But foxy7clothing.co.uk, they sponsor the prediction show, and they will be sponsoring the prediction show next year season as well. But they will give the overall winner of that competition will get a Foxy 7 clothing bundle. And that includes a cap. And here's one I prepared earlier, everybody, and forgot about. There we go. Let's put that one on for a while. Foxy 7 clothing. There's the logo, because of course Steve Lynex was number 7. So you get a cap, a beanie, a t-shirt, a sweat top, and a hoodie. What a package! All with foxy7clothing.co.uk logo on there. And I'm sure if we talk to him very nicely, he'll even send you a signed photograph. I have one on my wall there, but you can't see it because of where the camera is pointing. So courtesy of Steve and Foxy7 Clothing, do as I say, check out his website, foxy7clothing.co.uk. Full of sportswear, not just those, there's different sportswear, there's trousers, sports trousers, shorts, that sort of thing as well. They were relaunching the website, so that might not have updated yet, but do check it out. And I've got to say a big, huge thank you to Steve for putting those prizes up, and also for all his support and coming on the show every week. They don't have to do this, do the ex-players, so thank him very much for that. Now then, we all like a quiz, don't we? Well, unless you call Brad, he doesn't always do so well at them. I can say that because I know he's not in the chat, so I can say that with some sort of safety in mind. But look, I have over the past 3 seasons tried many different quizzes. Some have worked, some haven't. Home and away was great, but it just took up too much time, and I was going through a very bad stage in my life, so I had to drop that. We have Blues and Twos, Mr. and Mrs., all different things. So on this channel, Leicester Till I Die TV, we are going to be doing just one quiz. And this will be on the Tuesdays, probably when we do not have a game. This will purely be for Leicester City fans, and as such, it is called the Big Fat Leicester Quiz. I don't waste my afternoons, you know. It's called the Big Fat Leicester Quiz, and you'll see what it's like on Tuesday, because we're having a bit of a fun one on Tuesday when Steve Lynex is taking on Brad. So we're going to have a bit of a laugh with that. But it is new to the main channel. The Big Fat the Big Fat Leicester Quiz, based on the Big Fat Football Quiz. It will be a league, but it will just be for Leicester City fans on that one. We're a Leicester City channel. It's lovely to have other fans in. They are always more than welcome in the chat. I've got, I think, about three of my mods aren't actually even Leicester fans, so it's great to have them in. But we're concentrating, with it being a Leicester fan, on a Leicester quiz. Now, you can see there that it says new to the main channel. Yes. This is the interesting news. And before I get to that, though, you knew this was coming, didn't you? Yeah, I'm going to go through a few of your chats before I get to that. But before I get to the chats, shall we just have a little bit of a break? Oh, now Gorinda's feeling.
You know what? I'm Premier League. I am elite. I am proper elite.
No.
I am Gorinda.
Oh, we're not elite anymore, Gorinda.
Leicester Till I Die podcasts on the Apple iTunes, Spotify, Google, Anchor, and all podcast platforms.
Something is coming. Something big to this podcast.
Hello, Chris.
This podcast is proud to be part of the TalkSport Fan Network.
TalkSport. Powered by fans.
So let's just see what people are saying before we come on to the news. Here we go. Talk about the kit. I say we're going to be talking about the game tomorrow night, so I'm not even going to talk about the game tonight. Cyber's in. Hello, Cyber. Some Monmouth fans are apologising. Not their fault, not at all. Yeah, Cyber's saying sorry. Look, mate, you know we've had a great 10 years. Let's not 9 seasons, I should say. So let's not say that we've not enjoyed the ride. Let's have a look. I enjoyed your chat with Stan Collymore. It was amazing, and it was good of him to come on. I thought certainly the biggest name that I've had on the chat. Oops, I've lost the comments. Where are we? Can't wait for the Women's World Cup, says Kate. We're going to be covering that big time. We are going to be covering that big time, hopefully. It is in Australia, so it all depends on the times. As much as I love you guys and as much as I love the women's football, and well done to women's ladies for staying up. You did better than the men. And as much as I do all that, I ain't getting up at 3 o'clock or 4 o'clock in the bloody morning to do a show. So, how do you do? I do them all myself. Cyber. If you message me on Twitter, I'll tell you some sites that I use. I do them for people, but there's obviously a small charge because it is very, very time consuming. Please, can you beat Millwall? We'll try our best. I'm doing the local radio show. I don't know the exact date yet. I've got a meeting with the aforementioned Harry. He'll kill me for that. He's getting drunk, so it doesn't matter. I've seen his message in a couple of weeks' time, and as soon as he feels I'm okay to start, I will be doing the breakfast show, like I say, on Sunny Hills Radio. Doug is in. Thank you very much, Doug. He's still modding. Cheers, mate. Thank you so very, very much. Simon says you'll still subscribe. Appreciate all this. Ian, Premiership is boring anyway. I know it's so. Honestly, the Championship so last season. And I tell you what, so overrated. All about the Championship, guys. That's what it is. James is in, the Everton fan. Evening, Chris. Only just got back from Manchester. Really sorry. To be honest with you, James, and James, I love you. You're a mod on my channel. I don't like Everton as a club because of the way they should have had points deducted, but they didn't. But look, well done, mate. It shouldn't be about that. It should be about the football, and we got what we deserved. Everybody's saying sorry about the relegation. Do you love reading books? I don't have the time. That said, I do. I am currently trying to get through this Martin O'Neill on days like these. Signed copy I've got there, so I'm trying to work my way through that at the moment. Dan says he'll always be here. Oh, for fuck's sake, Dan. It's hoping to get rid of you. Bloody hell. I mean, that was the only reason I'm happy we've gone down, because you've come back up. I thought, great, we got rid of the Burnley guy. No, Burnley Ginger's still here. How you doing, mate? How you doing? Just trying to... Everybody's saying hello to everybody else. The guy listening to the radio in the King Power saw him. Yeah. Well, there's always every club's got knobheads. Us as many as probably more than most of them, to be honest with you. So let's get back, because as you can see there, the big fat Leicester quiz new to the main channel. So what does that mean? It means I should have had a drum roll, shouldn't I? I haven't got a drum roll. The nearest thing I've got to a drum roll is... Yes, what is going? It better be good. You'll probably go, oh, fucking hell, is that all after all of this? But we are going to be having a second channel, LTiD TV 2. It's going to be the quiz channel, but we might yet even extend that to have the women's matches and covering the women on it as well. But here we go, and this is the big news. Top 10 Battles, Brad's channel will be relaunching as LTiD TV, the quiz channel. New look. Brad loves quizzes. Like I say, I love doing the quizzes, but I literally don't have time. Although somebody say, well, you're retired now. What are you doing? Do you know what? Yeah, I am retired, and I have come out of my hermit-like depression that I was in. Finally, and I'm actually enjoying going out, so I want to actually try and get out more. So the quizzes, apart from the main quiz which you saw, which is the Big Fat Leicester quiz, it's all going to be moving over to what is currently Top 10 Battles, but will be renamed, relaunched, and rebranded as LTiD TV, the quiz channel. Looking forward to that. That should be happening next week. I'm virtually moving in with Brad. So basically, all the quizzes that we are going to be doing are going to be on, apart from the main, the Big Fat Leicester quiz, all the others are going to be on LTiD TV, the quiz channel. So let me just tell you some of the shows that we will be doing on that channel. So The Price is Right. I did one of those with Brad, which went down very well. And that is basically, and these are going to be open to non-Leicester fans. So, for example, just talking to Dan then, so if we have Burnley, he comes on and does it as a Burnley, we'll be talking about Burnley transfers and how much each one is worth. So there's going to be, questions like that. Oh, that's the Price is Right. We then got Room 101, again, which you may remember I did with Craig and Dave. I'll be honest with you, it's just a rip-off of the TV show, but it's a good laugh. It's a good laugh. So we'll be doing Room 101, if you dare enter. Who am I? I've often asked that myself, to be honest with you. Who am I? Does what it says on the tin, basically. It'll be a quiz based around naming players from your team. And then we're going to have the £1 million drop. Yeah. So if you've seen the £1 million drop, this is the £1 million drop. Exactly the same idea, but it's all going to be about football. Obviously, more information will come out about each of the shows as we do them. And then the last one that we're going to be looking at is the Nations League. Just what it says on the tin, basically. It's about non-English based players or not non-English representative players for your clubs. So say all these quizzes are going to be open to non-Leicester City fans on this channel. And Brad will be hosting all of those. I think there'll only be him as a host, but honestly, people can come on and do the quizzes. That is no problem at all. So Top 10 Battles will soon cease to be. It is a dead channel. It has gone up to meet its maker. Any more Monty Python things I can remember. And it would have gone up a lot earlier if I hadn't nailed Brad to the perch. So Top 10 Battles, as it says there, will be relaunched as LTiD, the quiz channel. Other sports, we will still be covering Formula One, like I say. I love that picture of Tyson Fury, although it could, of course, be Josh off our channel. We will be doing other sports. We'll be doing specials. We're going to expand a lot more into doing other sports. Not on a regular basis. I mean, Formula One possibly. We've started doing Formula One. A bit hit and miss because of a few of them have been cancelled. And we've also had a position where... they've clashed with Leicester games. So we will be doing watch alongs for those, and then also like the boxing and big sporting events, and like I say, the internationals and the World Cup as well. We will be covering that still on this channel. Brad's channel purely will be for quizzes. And finally, just to end, and I thought, well, look, let's end on a good note, because Leicester City didn't manage to come top of the league, but this is the Xfox Prediction League, which rounded off today. Jerry Taggart had been top for about the last 3 months. All I will say is, Jerry Taggart, you've done an Arsenal. You've bottled it, mate. He was top until today, and he went for 1-1, and he has dropped down to 4th. And I what can I say? I mean, top there, it's me. I just,
I don't know, it's so difficult not to look smug at this point.
It's not difficult at all. I think I pull off smug very, very well. Ian Marshall's on 22 points. Ian Marshall on 21. Ian Wilson on 21 as well. Second and third. Joint second, if you like. I think it was done alphabetical how this works out. Jerry Taggart on 20. Steve Walsh on 5. Brad on 6. Steve Walsh on 18. Brad in 6 on 13. Steve Lynex 7th on 11th at 11. And Craig, you've been beaten by Steve Lynex in a prediction quiz. Craig on 10 points at the end. Oh, dear. And look, one last thing, and we've mentioned this before. Please do it. It helps us so much. Please become a member. It's $1.99 a month. The link is not on Facebook. The link is not on Twitter, but the link is on YouTube. It does help support the channel. There's a lot of money, a lot of time. Well, I want to say time because I've got time now. There's a lot of money goes into these because I've just signed up to another one as well, Canva, to use that. That's £100. So there is a lot of money that's being pumped into this, and I've got to somehow pay for my Botox, haven't I? But $1.99 a month. It helps run Leicester Till I Die TV. Loyalty badges and emojis, apparently. Custom badge for members. Obviously, we always give you a shout out. Comments guaranteed to be shown. Exclusive YouTube posts. Yep, if you do, the posts go out to just the YouTube members. And live chat and show inclusion. If you want to come on. Nobody's yet wanted to come on being a member, but they're always welcome to. And after a qualifying period with T&Cs, as it says there, you get a 5% discount on any LTiD merchandise, which I'm sure will only appeal to you if you're actually a Leicester fan. $1.99 a month, guys, and it really makes a difference to the channel. And not only that, as you saw before, and let me just bring that back up. If I go up here, you can see you get your logo on the member panel there, and it updates and it changes. So sometimes it only shows 8 for some reason. Like I say, they got that huge gap, but it only shows 8. But that's where we go. That is where we go with the new shows. Big news with the new channel. Looking forward to having Brad on board. I mean, Brad's been with me since the very start. He was on my very, very first show, which was, I think we did a watch along to, I don't know if we did a watch along or just a post match reaction. We played Blackburn in a friendly at Seagrave or Beaver Drive. I think it was Beaver Drive at the time. And it was very, very bad. It was one of those, embarrassing TV moments for hosts. But he's been with me right from the start, and it's great to get him involved more as he is now. And he's a great lad and a great support. So top 10 battles will be disappearing. LTiD TV, the quiz channel, will be taking its place. Let's just have a look. The last few mentions. Why are mountains funny? Because they're hilarious. Oh, God. Doug, we need that joke off. One of us has got to come out of top of this once and for all. Cheers, Geordie, and good luck to you in the Champions League, mate. Good luck to you. Look, we bounce back. If we bounce back straight away and we do a Burnley, Burnley, Dan will tell you he wasn't expecting to be where they are this season, this time last year. But well done to them. Who knows? New manager, possibly. New players. Who knows where we can go? League One. But look, thanks to everybody. That's where we are going to be. I am so looking forward to the next season. Yes, we are in the Championship. But look, yes, it is just a game. It's a game of football. I will wake up tomorrow morning. According to the weather, the sun's going to be shining. I will go outside with a cup of coffee, sit on my terrace, and feel the warmth on me. I'm not going to have to worry about Russia bombing me. I don't know. I've got my health back. I've got friends, family. It's a game of football. So we're in the Championship. We've still got a team. We haven't lost that team. It hasn't gone out of business. We've got our own ground, Coventry. We do get to play Coventry again. But it's all coming. And it all starts tomorrow. We will be back 9 o'clock tomorrow with our new presenter, when we'll basically, I was going to do a Premier League review, but we'll do that at some other point. We are just going to, we're going to open it up to debate, and let's see what everybody wants to say. No doubt we will be talking about the match. I really am pretty sure on that one. But look, we did what we could today. I'm looking forward to all the new things that are going to be happening on the channel. Hope you are too. Please remember, smash the likes, subscribe to the channel, click that notification bell, then you'll never miss one. And if you're feeling really generous, then thank you if you have done, then please do subscribe to the channel just for $1.99 a month. I will see you tomorrow night at 9 o'clock. I can't wait. Should we just have this? Should we have it one more time? And whatever Gurinder
Elite.
I love you, Gurinder. I love you all. Thank you so very much for all your support over these past 3 or 4 seasons that we've been running in the Premier League. We're going to meet some new friends. Hopefully keep in touch with old friends. I will see you tomorrow at 9 o'clock. Take care. Stay safe. This has been LTiD. Thank you to everybody that's been in the chat and the mods. And I will see you tomorrow at 9 o'clock. I'm off to get pissed. See you tomorrow.
Thanks for watching. These videos are tremendous. You better like them too, or I'll be back.
This podcast is proud to be part of the TalkSport Fan Network.
TalkSport. Powered by fans.
That will conclude this evening's entertainment.